Kaboom! Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy here again, only Mayani. Greetings from you, from the village of Nyabuhansa. Good morning, good night, wherever you are watching this amazing content of today. And I am appreciating so much for my new subscribers who have joined me to continue with my train. Let's move with that morale, and I'm expecting more subscribers to come. So I'm just loading to 5,000 subscribers. That's where I'm just heading to. So today I have amazing content whereby I'm gonna be starting my video from the G Castle over here, because I usually just sometimes have a nature to come and see 1, 2, 3 things have what 1, 2, 3 things that are just ongoing, and also to make sure that everything is just running the way it should be. So today here I have the real G. Wagwa.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Conky the Babylon.
Conky the master.
Yeah, today I look like the hill slash and mafia.
Today you look like a Pakistan.
Yeah, today I'm in Pakistan.
Pakistanish.
Yeah, I'm a Pakistanisi. Pakistanist. Spaspa. Pakistanists.
Pakistanics. Wagwa.
Pastans,
Yeah.
Yeah, in short, pastans.
How are you?
I'm characteristically good. Yeah, and
When you remove this kind of in the neck, you look different.
I look different. So how do I look like a mother?
You look like.
So if I put it here, I look like a gentleman. So when it's not there, I look like a mother.
No.
Everything is good, man.
Everything is good.
Yeah, everything is okay here.
Yeah, man.
But whenever you can find somebody wearing this way in town and having a black bag, run.
Hey, Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab is coming.
Yeah, you should be very punctual about that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. Back again to the Roots of Today. It's one-on-one live, and we're just coming out from the G Castle here. Everything is booming, katabooming, and katabooming, and everything is just very awesome.
Are you in a karate school?
No. Security prevails.
Security prevails.
Yeah, this they came from. Always I have much of the people in military there. A little bit, so sometimes I'm given this ones here to make sure that security is preserved, so there's no problem.
So this one is security.
Yeah, and they're very good in terms of holding much of the things, so I'm gonna not give you much of the technique because much of the people are right now we are in a sarcasm.
The sarcasm is sarcasm.
Right now
things are going hot.
Yeah, right now we have a bigger problem here.
Mogesi have been stolen everything.
Yeah. My friend, I'm telling you, we have a problem here. So right now, let me tell you how it is. Today, I was just shooting much of the video, and today, we're gonna be having much of the things coming. And already have the breaking newses, and also when I was broadcasting my videos today, I was at Matiko's home there because I found the mother was there. Then when I was broadcasting the video, Mogesi called me and talked about, oh Gintu, where are you, man? Why come very fast? Yeah. My boutique is robbed. So I talked about, what? Your boutique is robbed? Okay. I had to run like a safari rally. So then I just finished the video. Then I was at my fish ponds there. So I had to pack everything so as I can just rush there. So when I reached there, I saw my eyes were a little bit getting flabbergasted and congested with much of like tears gonna be coming. Because I found that area is robbed completely. And only 3 shots are left, and the dolls. Those dolls that they advertise, the videos that advertise the clothes. Exactly, they're the ones that are just remaining at the boutique, and we had to go to the police so as we can just report. And we went there, we reported. He had an OB, and also the police they accompanied us back to the boutique so they can just come and estimate and see what happened. And to the real fact, the police are talking about they just patrolled in Nyabuhansa the whole night until at 3 a.m. in the morning, and they found that everything was good. But during that time, it means that they just passed through the back doors, not the front doors, because the police are operating with the front doors that are just aligned up at the road there. So whenever they are patrolling, there's nothing that happened. They never saw anybody, and they talked about those kind of the people had a strategy. So Mugesi, all the members and the tenants who are in that kind of an area, talk about, because Mugesi has rented there, and all the tenants, because this kind of a person came from the back. So the estimate talks about they never closed the front door, and it was open until in the morning. So that's how they accessed to get onto that kind of the compound and make some terrible issues at the boutique. Because I talk about Mogesi is always aligned with the other guy who is having electrical shop there. So the electrical shop was good, but Mogesi's boutique was categorized, and it's just looking messy. And if you can just see if it's your stock there, I think it has lost more than 150 USD, which is approximately 150,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately around, we can talk about 1,200 US dollars is lost up to today. It might be a small, but if the business was small and growing, we cannot say about it was to be a bigger one, because it was a time that it's going to be growing. And those kind of the clothes that have been terminated from there and vanished with this kind of the mongoons, I can talk about are the special ones, because always selling special clothes. And even this kind of a long trouser, I bought it from there, and they are very
Even this shirt.
yeah, exactly, even this. So these are the materials that are always there, and we have to understand the legitimate that everything is just going. So right now, Mugesi, we are just talking about sorry for whatever has happened, and God gonna be providing much of the good things that are gonna be coming. So to this kind of the time.
What about the neighbor? Have they wrote any statement?
No, because we came with the police to the tenants who are just living there. The only lady who is available there is, we have one of our YouTuber who is living there, called Madiba. And the person who is very close to Mogesi's a boutique, because there's even a bedroom there that has a window, very alternating to Mogesi's door. She's no longer available. She went to a picnic and a tour, so she's not around for this whole of this week. So that kind of the house is vacant, and they have Madiba who is there, talk about a YouTuber, and also Tindi as a YouTuber who they are there. So they talked about this kind of the guy never came from the back door, but he came from the front door, and this kind of the front door had not been closed during the night. That is it. So that's how they managed to pick much of the things out of that kind of the section. So right now we are at a risk, and also I'm telling you this is a very big risk, because it's last time he talked about you're gonna be attacked with much of the goons, and they're just attacking him because right now we have a problem also. Much of the people they might be talking about now, you know, that even we have this kind of, even when we went to the station, we got that there's a cow that was stolen from a neighboring
I saw.
There's a neighboring people here.
I just.
You saw them?
Yeah. With
with a cow. The police with a cow. So those are just the talk about the balozis. They're called the councillors. They're called councillors. No, the aged, the elderly here in the environment. So talk about the people are just always handling this kind of talk about every kind of the village. The village elders.
Yeah.
So they were just having a balozi. They have those kind of they had that kind of a cow, because somebody stole it from far, and when this kind of the people are just talking about they're going to be following it up, he saw that will be just caught, and he left the cow inside the maze and left. So somebody went to see how the things are. He went and found the cow is onto his maze, so he had to report to the balozi, who is the village elder, and the village elder called the police, and they were told that the chief should be there, and they recorded the statement how it was, and this kind of the people they were called to come for it. So that's how everything was. So those are the scenarios. And also we had much of one boy talked about had been stolen a motorbike also. He was in the station. So right now we have this kind of a defect right now. Yeah, there's a motorbike.
Who have stolen the motorbike?
It's from Nyankore, not here. It was stolen and talked about he packed it and somebody just went with it since yesterday up to today.
It's like this month there is no money. People have started stealing.
Exactly. So there's a very difficult situation right now, and we should be very punctual. So right now, even much of the people are monitoring much of their brand new motorbikes, and knowing that they don't have any loan, they are just cashed out. So right now, it's very, very safe for us to make sure that we are antagonizing. So when you see Gint with this kind of the stuffs here, they were brought with my brother from the military a little bit to make sure that everything is so fantastic here.
It's just one KO.
One KO.
One
knuckles.
One ankles.
Knuckles. Yeah, one knuckles, exactly. So right now we have to prevent ourselves and also behave normally. And also we have a problem right now because right now we have in Kenya the economy is bad and fluctuation of the prices and everything here. So I've just rushed all around, talk about I've get all around to see what's really happening to the environment and also the
and and before that, before Mogesi being stolen, there is another scenario that is just ongoing down there. I don't know if Ernesto have got justice about their land.
No, the land is not for the land is not for Ernesto. The land that was sold belongs to the brother of Ernesto.
So and it's like the father contributed every each other.
He has given them the boundaries. He has just cut for them their own shares. Everybody has his own share. Only the two big brothers, they have their own share. It's only Ernesto and the young brother Getangita, they have not been getting their own shares up to now. So the other two big brothers, the bigger one had already sold the first plot, talking about he had to marry and construct his own house and also make sure that he's getting the dowry to pay for his wife. So he had to sell the land and marry the wife and also construct a house so they can just stay there comfortably. So right now again, because of the brokenness and too much of liquor, and this is what is luring much of the people. So we have a problem in that kind of the village because much of the people are lured with liquor and also they're just driven with the ego of making sure that they want easy money. Talk about I have to sell a land that you were born. Why did your father not sell it?
Your
so sometimes, ancestral land. So sometimes we have a defect as the Gen Zs who are just growing because we don't understand why did my father not sell that kind of the land? Why are you going to sell it? So sometimes we have let your father sell it because he might say that I sold it because I never had anything, or at that moment I had to sell it so I can just study. But not that everybody is not studying right now. You are saying that I have to sell a land. And imagine right now is just a remaining. Imagine he sold a 50 by 100 and he was given a motorbike in an exchange of a motorbike. So you can now imagine how that kind of the village is.
Do you know that that guy is an educated person?
I understand.
To school?
I understand him, and also I know all the strategies that are just governed there. So that is how the things are just running. So I understand.
The guy went to school, he learned, and he got a very good degree.
Yeah, the brother to Ernesto.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I don't know what is just, or can we say is witchcraft is running in that village?
I don't know.
Or we are just going to spell the word liquor. And we forget witchcraft also, because witchcraft is real.
So the problem that is getting to that village is people are introduced into liquor. That is the thing that I can just tell you by now. Very many people in that village are introduced into liquor. Number one, right now, if you go to that kind of the village, we have a scenario that is getting around because I've all walked in that village and I've seen. So right now, because of the economy, because of the fluctuation of the prices, because of how the climatization is, right now people have not yet harvested. Maize is still at the shambas. So there's no money and people don't want to work. Yeah. So if they don't want to work, they just talk about what can I get, because every day they see somebody, your friend, maybe is a YouTuber, maybe somebody else, they're having money, they're just eating here and there, they're just cherishing here and there. So you see that kind of an ego
that
of
picture.
Yeah, of making sure they want to be like them. So it's what is just coming to them and talk about they want that kind of an habit to endeavor to themselves. That's what is becoming a problem and to this kind of the scenario right now. Exactly. So that is the point.
Yeah, so, but I can just say that let me say that it's liquor, but I have been seeing the how that guys have been grow like you can just explain when I was young. You used to maybe to see me how I was growing, so it's like even me I have been seeing those guys how they were growing, but at this stage that they have reached, they are throwing themselves into an imbroglio.
Yeah.
Whereby, how can you just sell a land and you just say that I'm going to marry and
Construct
give
a house.
and give a
So
dowry?
it's
How
better.
come?
It's better you go and work and marry later.
Yeah.
Somebody is talking
Even
about
that one does not make any sense.
that's senseless sometimes, but it's because of how they have been trained at their home, how they have been raised up at their homes, and that is what is always affecting much of the things. And also, they have been growing seeing their fathers selling the lands. And also they want to talk about, you know, the way you show the and how you behave
Like
like a
father, like
father.
son.
Yeah, the way you behave like a father whenever you have money. You are just going for liquor, you are coming and chasing them out, you are throwing them out. They're going to be coming and talking about, yeah, even me, I want to sell my land and also do it as my father was doing it. So right now, much of the boys are being introduced a cake and also introduced into milk and introduced, they talk about they're going to be delivered into Canaan so they can just make sure that they're just eating, just drinking milk and honey only. So they're just promised much of the, talk about this kind of the scenario. Look at it at this kind of an angle. During the time of disbursement of the luggages of the clothes that came to the villa, the father to Ernesto was thrown out with Maro talking about he said that go, I don't want to see you here, and everything gonna be continuing the way it is. And but the brother to Ernesto, he was welcomed and he was told that go and bring your wife and make sure that you are coming to the villa. And I can remember there's a time that Amaro himself chased him and talked about I'm gonna be reporting you to the police if you don't leave my compound. So that is a failure that we are having as talk about as the human beings here and there, because we don't understand. There's a time they never went in the same panel and they were having much of the grudges. But imagine the father was being chased as the son was there to look on how the father was being chased from the compound. And you are there sitting and talking about I have to cherish and eat rice. And so as they can just make a deal. Then this kind of a boy went to the mother and asked the mother that I want to sell a plot and I want you to put the signature, be the witness. And
The mother,
yeah.
not the father.
Now, listen, the father was put in the box. I'm coming to the father. So the mother refused that I'm not part of the program and I don't want you to sell the land. So this boy talked about you have lose it. So I was about to give you, you understand whenever you have to put a signature, you have to get a little bit of money. Yeah. So the guy talked about you have missed the money and I'll never give you anything. So they lured the father. The father, how he was thrown out, and he was lured because they're a little bit getting some of the influence because of their brain, I don't know, because they're just influenced in a slow motion way, and they were just liquored, and he was told that go and sign, will give you something small for you to compensate yourself and go forward. So right now, they are in good terms, and the father is no longer even at home a little bit right now. He is a little bit getting his own enjoyment wherever he needs because he was balanced, aware, and very good. So right now we have a problem between the parents, and it's a way of
I just watched your video, and I just see that after the selling of the land, now there is a conflict between
the brothers.
the brothers.
Yeah.
It's like they never negotiated together to make sure that
There's this kind of the scenario how it is. Because you have sold the land, you are the one to provide the road.
Yeah, sure.
Look at me, I'm just on this kind of the land.
Yeah.
So I sell a land at the hill there.
You have to give a road.
I have to give them a road, how they will access that land where they have just purchased.
Yeah, sure.
So the Maro family was claiming about they have to be given a road. So the road where it was passing, there was we can call avocado tree. So that avocado tree, they talked about, they just lured that guy with a lot of leak and told him that we need a road, go and clear that avocado tree from there. So this kind of the boy, the brother to Ernesto, went and cut down that avocado tree. It was a very big avocado tree on top of on top of Ernesto's home. Have you seen that avocado tree?
The one that is near the
Very big.
stones?
Yeah, very big one. So he went and cut it. So the both parties, the people are just claiming about this is the road, and the person who is the owner of that land is talking about the road passes besides it. So that avocado tree could not be touched, but this kind of the people went and brought it down. So there was a conflict, and there was a fight that it was insinuated with the Kenge fraternity and all of them to make sure that they are taking over that kind of the game. So as I have just gone there and I've studied how the game is, it's very rough, it's very stupid, and I think it's gonna be getting very worse at that kind of the point. Why am I saying so? It's because I've just went there, then I was analyzing to see what's really happening at this kind of the brim. So the brothers were fighting because of that you are cutting my trees without my consent. And who told you that a road is passing here, yet the land is mine? So there was a conflict between the brothers and also this kind of the brother to Ernesto. So he's now thrown into an imbroglio. So the little fact is they have been lured with who? The Kenge fraternity. Talk about the person who is initiating right now is the Kenge, who is initiating everything. So the Master KG is the one who is initiating, because I was there. Because when they were constructing right today, they are constructing talk about, it's called a store, and already we have much of the materials already. They have demobilized there for the start of the villa of D Villa, and I can tell you that this is the problem that it's there right now. I left, talk about Master KG is the one who is controlling everything and is the one behind everything. And when D came, I was there. She was talking about, I was telling this kind of the fundis that I'm the one to pay, but I don't know how to supervise. So Master KG is the one supervising the work, but the money comes from D. So that's how they were told with this kind of the lady. So who is behind everything, all even the roads, how they are, they have been remade and everything is Master KG who is behind everything. So whatever you see the scenario is being performed, it's because of that. But to the real sense, I'm telling you this as a factor. I don't talk about it's a bad thing that you're just doing. If a person wants to construct, its development. And to the real fact, I'm telling you this. I have went there, I've called the brother to Ernesto, and I've talked to him. He has told me that he's the one who allowed and he had announced that he want to be selling the land. And he told me that even me, if I could need the land, I go there, he will sell it to me. So that's what he told me. And he told me that he told me that he's the one to sell because the land belongs to him. And I tried to tell him that where are you now going to be living, because now you're going to be selling everything. He's remaining with a 50 over 100 only where the house is. And they have promised him that you're going to be constructing him a toilet. Yet the toilet is still being dug at that kind of the position. So right now is a very small plot remaining that belongs like this kind of the house. The largeness of this kind of the house by 100. It's the one that is just remaining. And he has told me that it's his land. It's not nobody's land. You understand? So I don't buffer to talk about, I have to insinuate and talk about, oh, why are you doing this one? But you have said it already. Because I asked him, when you are selling this kind of the land, because I called him like my brother that, hey, come, I have some little talk with you. And he talked about, yeah, bro, tell me. I talked about, hey, bro, you have sold everything now. Where are you going to be living? Tomorrow, but when he told me that the land is mine, I will sell everything from this kind of an area. So I talked about the land is yours, there's no problem. But what's the future of now you tomorrow? You sold so I can just have a house here. So what about tomorrow? He talked about the land is mine. I am the one to select. I'll even sell everything from here. I go and buy a land somewhere and live there. Or I can go and rent in Nyabohanse because the money is mine and the land is mine. I can sell it. So I talked about there's no problem. I talked about did the father know? Talked about my father. My father is even not at home. Have you find him at home? He's not even at home. And I talked about, can I film a video? He talked about, no, I want to work from D. You want to work from this, so he can just be a storekeeper and also a security guy in terms of that area. So that is how the bufferments are just coming right now, because I talk about, I cannot go interiorly to understand what's really happening. But to the real fact I want to be talking about is I like whenever I see development coming, and I don't deny it. The fact is, let us appreciate to Dimwango, because she want to be starting her own project, and which is a D Villa, want to be coming out very, very soon, because the store gonna be finished tomorrow, because today they have already roofed, and it's gonna be smeared tomorrow, which is molding, and they're gonna be starting having materials getting there. So already the truck has already made the channel and the way, and right now the road is well enabled to de-veer there.
Now the problem comes like this. They have just sold the land, and now the owner are now constructing their own project.
Yeah, and they're gonna be the soldier there.
Yeah, but they have left some people crying.
Who is crying?
The guy that is complaining that
Who is complaining?
The tree is being
So
cut.
that is where the defect is, and that's where the money is being used. So the fact is, they have used this kind of the boy to come out and cause chaos because of too much liquor. That is the failure they have done, and that's what I'm talking about. That is the only failure they have done, not consulting every kind of the party to understand that this kind of the land are going to be utilizing it this way, or are going to be having a truck passing here. You can remember to Mama Ann. Mama Ann family gave them a road for free, but they wanted even to take it. Whenever they talked about it, they want to change the road to pass where it should be passing. They even complained and talked about you are getting us not to pass. We have helped you to construct the house. Now you don't want to give us a road. So that is the defect that is coming to them. Yeah. So they have that kind of a problem. They lack that kind of a hospitality of understanding that why is it happening this way. They think about money sorts everything. But it's going to be defecting them sometimes whenever it's going to be getting to a brim point of this is not the good fact of following as a channel. But the land was sold to them, and I'm told that already the chief was there and the people signed and the papers are there. So the money was given out in terms of a motorbike they signed, and the chief got their own share. Right now, there's nothing you can say whenever you want to sell a land and you have a chief there. So the chief, they need their own money, and also you as an individual who need to sign and be a witness, you need also money. That is it. So that's where the defect is coming from.
We're going to lack a place of living.
Who told you?
Because I can just see that every youth in Nyabuhanse, when he lack job,
Gonna
they
be selling.
run
So that is that's advertisation that we can just make as an awareness to enable much of the people in the environment to understand, to re-estate mate, to not degrade themselves, so that they can just understand what's really coming out as a way forward. You have understood it?
Yeah, I have just understood, and you have just make me to my open. You have just make my mouth be open, and I also have learned something that I will never practice from the story that you have just bring.
Which one is it, man?
My friend, I can never exchange my land with a motorbike that tomorrow will be killing me. And yet I have just lost something that if I die, it's gonna be keeping me forever. But now if I sell all my land, where will I be buried? Or my kids, where are they going to stay? Or they gonna be having a street life?
People don't think about tomorrow. It's only in Nyabuhanse people don't talk about tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's only in Nyabuhanse people think about today. They don't know which will come tomorrow. They don't want to know. What they want is, am I going to be satisfied today? Tomorrow is another day. That is the only failure that we are having as human beings in Nyabuhanse. And that is a very circumphonious way of us to talk about how we're going to be handling ourselves. So the fact that we're going to be talking about as a fact, we are lacking hospitality. We are lacking patience. We are lacking wisdom to make sure that they're going to be controlling us on what forward. So right now, much of the boys, whenever you see that you are broke, the next thing that comes onto your brain is,
stealing.
Somebody bought a land. Somebody, you have a land. Oh, my friend there sold a land at this kind of the price. So if not that way, you're gonna be a thief. If not stealing, you're gonna be a goon. If not being a goon, you're gonna be making sure that you're gonna be a liquored, so as it can just be miserable unto the family. I think you can understand it. So that is the impromptu that is always coming out at this kind of the instance. So you should be very punctual about it, because we don't have tomorrow. We have today.
Lesson that I have just learned from you, and from the story that we have just give.
Yeah.
I think as youths we have to